Fit like update, Danny Boy here, and we are back for race 5. I think it's race 5. Is it race 5? It is. Race 5 at Shutter Island. It is the time of the electrical units to take the stage. So the single electric units are set and ready to rock and roll again. Each train has moved down one. The Norwegian train is sporting the livery with the picture of the valley on the side of it, which is pretty cool. It's not as cool as the black stealth mode train we had on the last time. The French train has changed from the green livery, to the red and orange sort of livery. That's pretty cool as well. Obviously, the Class 103 has the Lufthansa Express livery. A Renfe still sporting its vivid yellow with these random numbers on the side of it. It could be a radio station for all I know. The frequency of a radio station, and our Russian in the Pro livery is the same as well, and our HHP8 is in red today. A nice blood red. Cool. Right, so they are pretty much ready to rock and roll. I will push pause. I will set each of them to go to Clitheroe. Well done. All good so far. Now, the German seems to be the one to beat. Although the Norwegian train is good, there were a few glitches in the single unit diesel race. There were absolutely none in the diesel haulage race. There were none in the steam single unit and none in the steam haulage race. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go. They are all on their individual lines, and before I start I should absolutely go like this, so that we know who is who. Norway, Germania, France, right, escape out of there, Russia, and the US of A. Boom. Right, now they are ready to rock and roll. So without further ado, in 3, 2, 1, and go. So for the horns. I prefer the diesel horns and the steam horns compared to the electric horns. The electric horns sound kind of pitiful, really. They're more like squeaks rather than horns. But they are off. It looks like our Norwegian train is heading out in first. It's up to 100 miles per hour. It's pretty good. Now, unlike the other races, every single one of these is evenly matched. They all have a top speed of 125. Although, when you look at the details, it will say 124, but it is actually 125. It must be 124 point something, and the game just rounds it up to 125. Let's jump on board with the Norwegian train. He is on in first place still, although there may be something creeping up on the left or the right. Can't actually tell from this angle. We should probably jump on the Russian train. There we go. Now that's better. So he is still in front. They are braking for this corner. It's not a glitch. The Spanish train's doing okay. It looks like the American train is coming up on the left hand side here. This is a much more fluent track as well, as I've discovered. It is a shorter track. It's probably one of the shortest tracks I've done, but it is fluent, so I quite like it. Although we shall escape out of there for the moment. So Russia is in last, France is in 5th, the Norwegian train is still in first. Second is rather difficult to tell at the moment, although I would definitely say the US train is in 4th. Go back to my Norwegian number. The stealth train, or it was the stealth train in the last race, and that matte black finish looked pretty cool. If racing trains was ever to become a sport, that's definitely a livery. It just does look like a sports train, if you get what I mean. Far as like the rest of them, the HHP8 looks like it's a more sort of streamlined train. The Russian train at the back looks a bit more boxier, like a more heavier duty train. Same with the French train. But the HHP8 and the NSB here look pretty sporty as far as trains go. I suppose so does the Renfe train. This isn't actually a Spanish train. I do believe it's a German train, but just with the Spanish Renfe livery. It was... Ooh, you're braking, and they're coming up the inside. But you didn't glitch, so that's good. So they are heading round. Now it's a sort of mix and mash of who knows who's in first. Probably the German train, because it's slightly longer. How long is this tunnel? We shall meet them coming out at the end. Norwegian train still in first. German train definitely in second. And Spanish train, ooh, are you in third? I would say so. Right. So now we have, we'll go over the Spanish train since it is middle of the pack. They are heading down at 124 miles per hour. French train and Russian train still there in the background. No glitches as of yet. Now that I've said that, there probably will be, because I am a total jinx. Right, Norwegian train is just pulling out in front. They are starting to brake though for this corner. The American on the far end can take it at a slightly higher speed. The Russian and French train battling it out there for fifth. Looks like the German train is just eased out in front just slightly as they head under the tunnel. There's actually a few tunnels in here. No glitches as of yet. I'm still trying to figure out where exactly on the map they are. Right, it's the name of the city. No idea. Zoom out. Bring up cities. Right, they're at Aylesbury. Or Aylesbury? Aylesbury. Right, and they are heading for Melton Mowbray. So they're about halfway. Just over halfway, I would say. Yes, the Spanish train is definitely in third, but it looks like the German train is just easing in front of the Norwegian train no more, so we shall move them. French and Russian train still in the same sort of position. Now the Russian train did win. I think it was in the last race it did well. I think it may be the haulage for the Russian train sort of comes into its own. Or it may have finished second, but it was up there. It did quite good. So hopefully it'll do okay. Same with the French train. Now where are we? Right, long tunnel here. We shall exit that. Come down to here. There they go. And there they are. Alright, we'll go back on board with the Spanish train, since it's middle of the pack. So it's a battle for first between these two. They are going to be coming round towards Ossett once they round this mountain here, and then they will begin the descent to Clothero. Now, even though it's downhill, it is a winding section of track, so they'll still have to go slow. Looks like the Spanish train is catching these two, maybe. You two guys are still the same at the back. Okay, the Norwegian train is slightly in front. Now it is not. You're braking for this corner. He can take it at a slightly higher speed. And he's starting to pull away. Okay. But then you've got an inside corner and he's on the outside, so you'll slow down for that slightly more than he will. But the Spanish train is coming up. It's a dead heat between these two. This might actually be a draw. I've never had that before. And I hope one of them pulls ahead, because I'm not actually sure how it would work a draw. Both gave them the same points. Suppose you could do that. they would be joint second, so they would both get 5 points. There they are heading into the tunnel. It looks like the first four are sort of pulling away from the French train. Nah, they're still there. They are still good, but it looks like the French train is eased in front of the Russian train. It's quite fast paced actually. Right, now they're at a sit, they will begin the journey downhill. Oh, you braked terribly. But you only came down to 65 and they were down at 70. So I'm not really sure if that's a glitch, because if it was a glitch it would have went back to 0 and then started from scratch. This one didn't, it only went down to 65. Autosave for the win there. It is just sort of speeding up and slowing down. It may be due to the line that it's on. The Norwegian train is still up there. Good man. It looks like it could be another win for the German. Whoa, that was definite glitch out. Absolutely, definitely. It just stopped completely. Coming round there. But it's still back up on its feet quite quickly. Which is strange. Normally when they glitch out, everyone else blows past them and the train that glitches out ends up in last. Now these are still quite tightly packed together. So maybe that wasn't such a as bad a glitch as they have been in previous races. Because he is still in third. Where I've seen them glitch 9 times out of 10 from first and end up in last. So now the Spanish train is winning, and it's pulling out ahead, and they are coming onto the home straight. So once they reach top speed, that's it, game over. You are now in third, you are now in first, you are there. USA train has been consistent in fourth. Yes. You are still in fifth and you are still... So it looks like it could be a win for the Spanish train. Are they at top speed? They are. So no one can pass anyone now. Theoretically. By some weird twist of fate. But they are finishing. So it looks like a definite win. Let's have a look here. So win for the Spanish train. Norway in second. Germany in third, America in fourth, fifth was the French train, and sixth was the Russian train. Now we shall have to... They are going to make an escape. And we shall stop them from escaping. You stop, and you stop. Right, so there you have it. We'll say a half glitch for that Norwegian train. Sorry, the German train. It could have been a lot worse. It seemed to just sort of stutter once or twice and then go back up to the speed it originally was at, which was strange. If it had been a certified glitch, it would have stopped to 0 and then started from scratch again, and it would absolutely not have finished in third place. It would have probably been last, considering how close 4th, 5th and 6th were to the leaders. But there you have it, a win for the Spanish train, the Norwegian train in second, our German train in third, fourth was the American, fifth was the French train, and last but not least the Russian. So we will go and have a look at see what points they got, and then we shall head on to the next race. So at the end of race 1 there, Spain getting a win, pretty decent win there for Spain. They needed that win. Norway getting a second place. Germany having that glitch, bringing them down to third. Could have been worse though, they could have finished last. USA in fourth, France in fifth, and Russia in last. Really struggling there, the Russian train, but so be it. Next up is the turn of the Electrics haulage race. So we shall see how they get on there. But as always, I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever at the races. Round number 5, race number 5 on Shutter Island. and I've been Danny Boy. Oh, as always, if you like to leave a like, dislike, or comment, please feel free to do so. If you'd like to see more if it's happening in the future, then I will catch you there. Then hit a subscribe button. I will catch you later. But as always, I've been Danny Boy, and I will catch you later.